You know that feeling when you're standing at the edge of a cliff, looking down at the turbulent waves crashing against the rocks below, heart racing, and you can't quite decide whether to jump or step back. That's exactly how I felt when I realized I was sitting on a truth that could shatter lives. My name is Scott, and I'm 36 years old. I have a good friend, Juan, who's 42. We've been through a lot together over the years, grueling football matches, late-night study sessions, and now, as life would have it, the challenges of adult relationships. He's married to Al, a vibrant 36-year-old who sparks joy in every room she enters. I met both of them years ago, and we quickly became a close-knit trio. We laughed, cried, and shared everything. Well, almost everything. But 2 months ago, something happened that changed everything. I never intended for it to go down that path. Let me set the stage for you. Al had been a dear friend, someone I shared my thoughts and dreams with, someone I felt comfortable being vulnerable around. As her pregnancy progressed, I noticed changes in her, hormones, a mix of excitement and vulnerability. She told me she felt insecure, that her body had transformed in ways she didn't recognize, and it made her feel less than attractive. As she poured her heart out, I listened intently, offering comfort and support, the kind of support that I thought friends should give each other. But then, one fateful evening, those lines blurred, and we slipped down a path that I never thought we would tread. After a few glasses of wine and quite a bit of flirting, which in hindsight feels dangerously deceptive, we ended up in her bedroom. The moment it happened, I felt an electric rush, but it was quickly replaced by a wave of guilt that crashed over me. Al was 7 months pregnant, another night of passion leading to what felt like betrayal. It was a one-time lapse in judgment, a fleeting moment fueled by emotions we both later regretted. Afterward, we both sat on the edge of her bed, staring blankly ahead, grappling with the enormity of what we just did. Al took a deep breath and said the words that made my stomach turn. She didn't want to lose Juan. He was her rock, her partner through thick and thin, and she worried about how this moment of weakness could destroy everything. We both agreed to keep it our little secret, to pretend it never happened, to just forget. But as we continued to interact afterward, flirty texts and casual meetups lurking between us, the burden only grew heavier. The stress of carrying this secret, the weight of knowing I had crossed an unspoken line with someone I considered a true friend, it was consuming me. Fast forward to now. Al has just given birth to a beautiful baby boy, and while the joy of new life is evident, the dark shadow of our past looms ominously over me. It gnaws at me relentlessly. I wake up in the middle of the night, heart racing, replaying that night, replaying the moments I shared with Juan, knowing he's blissfully unaware. How could I possibly look him in the eye and pretend everything is normal? One evening, after a long day, I finally called Juan to check in. Hearing the excitement in his voice as he shared his hopes for fatherhood made my stomach twist. I found myself asking, is it truly worth it to shatter that joy? What would telling him even solve? It wouldn't undo what happened. It wouldn't erase my guilt, and it wouldn't help Al heal. Telling him could destroy their marriage, tear apart a family that just welcomed a child, and ruin everything we've built over the years. But then I thought about the alternative, the deception, the lying by omission. Could I really live with myself, knowing that Juan is out there, completely unaware of a truth that could impact his life in profound ways? How could I weigh my loyalty to my friends against the potential fallout of revealing this dark secret? Deep down, I felt that Juan deserved the truth. What if this moment of betrayal affected their relationship? What if it led to more fortified walls between them? Wasn't he entitled to make informed decisions about his marriage? Wouldn't keeping this truth from him be a betrayal in its own right? The emotional tug-of-war played out in my mind in a constant loop. I finally sat down, pen to paper, trying to process my thoughts as tears blurred the ink. What would I say to Juan if it came to that? How could I explain that a momentary lapse in judgment changed everything? That I've never felt more conflicted in my life? Ultimately, I found myself asking, Wibta, would I be the a-hole if I told Juan, or would I be the jerk if I didn't? Would I be protecting him or dooming him to a future built on a lie? So here I am, on the brink of decisions and dilemmas. I'm turning to you all for guidance. What would you do in my shoes? Would you let winding guilt lead you to the truth, risk the happiness of a family for honesty, or would you lean into silence for the sake of peace? Please let me know your thoughts. I genuinely need help navigating this dark territory.